Welcome to Match B2B Insights, the podcast designed to bring fresh perspectives and actionable strategies to businesses navigating the complexities of B2B marketing. I am Benny Fluman, the CEO of Match B2B. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that is reshaping the way small B2B companies connect and grow on a global scale, leveraging LinkedIn for international lead generation. In particular, we'll explore how businesses, especially from dynamic regions like Israel, are using personal branding to outshine traditional marketing strategies. As we delve into this discussion, we'll uncover the power of optimizing LinkedIn profiles and company pages, the art of precision prospecting with tools like Sales Navigator, and the importance of building relationships over making direct sales pitches. These tactics are not just about engagement. They're about crafting a strategic content plan that can turn LinkedIn interactions into sales, even amidst the longer cycles typical in B2B environments. At Match B2B, we believe great marketing starts with great insight, from smart data to loyal clients. Our goal today is to equip you with expert, data-driven practical insights that can transform your approach to B2B marketing. Now, let's dive in as experienced interviewer Brenda joins me for an insightful conversation on today's topic.
All right, everybody, welcome to another deep dive on Match B2B Insights. I'm Brenda, and I'm here with our resident B2B growth expert, Benny Fluman. Today, we're tackling something that I know keeps a lot of CEOs up at night, especially those running smaller B2B companies without massive marketing teams. Benny, you've been diving deep into LinkedIn strategies for international lead generation. What's the big picture here?
Thanks, Brenda. Here's what fascinates me. We're seeing this perfect storm where small B2B companies, particularly those based in places like Israel, are punching way above their weight class internationally. And LinkedIn has become their secret weapon. But here's the kicker. Most CEOs are doing it completely wrong.
Okay, lay it on me. What are they getting wrong?
Well, think about it this way. You've got a CEO wearing 15 different hats, right? They're the sales team, the marketing department, sometimes even customer service. But instead of seeing this as a limitation, smart CEOs are realizing their personal brand can cut through noise that even massive marketing budgets can't penetrate.
That's interesting. So you're saying being small is actually an advantage?
Exactly. LinkedIn's algorithm is increasingly favoring personal content over corporate pages. When a CEO shares authentic insights versus when a faceless company page posts the same content, guess which one gets more engagement? The CEO wins every time. We're talking about 84% of B2B marketers actively using LinkedIn, but most are still thinking like traditional marketers instead of relationship builders.
Right. And that leads me to wonder, if LinkedIn is so crucial, where do most people start going wrong with their profiles?
Oh, this is where it gets painful to watch, Brenda. I see CEO profiles that read like boring resumes from 1995. Their headline says CEO at Company X. That's it. Meanwhile, their company page looks like it was designed by someone who's never sold anything in their life.
What should they be doing instead?
Think of your LinkedIn profile as your digital storefront that never closes. Your headline needs to work harder. Instead of CEO at tech company, try something like helping manufacturing companies cut supply chain costs by 30% through AI-driven logistics. See the difference? You're immediately communicating value and solving a specific problem.
That makes total sense. And I imagine the company page needs the same treatment?
Absolutely. Your company page isn't about you, it's about your clients. The banner image shouldn't be your office foosball table. It should visually communicate the transformation you deliver. Your About section should scream, "Here's how we solve your biggest headache." Not, "We've been in business since 2018 and have a great team."
Okay, so once you've got your digital foundation sorted, how do you actually find the right people to connect with? Because I imagine just randomly connecting with people isn't the strategy.
You just hit on one of the biggest time wasters I see. CEOs sending out hundreds of generic connection requests and wondering why their accounts get flagged for spam. The magic word here is precision. Quality over quantity, always.
Walk me through what precision prospecting actually looks like.
Sure. First, you need to get crystal clear on your buyer personas. I'm not talking about basic demographics like VP of sales and manufacturing. I'm talking about understanding their pain points, their decision-making process, who else is involved in buying decisions. Most B2B purchases involve multiple stakeholders, so you need to map out the entire buying committee.
And I assume this is where Sales Navigator comes in?
Bingo! Sales Navigator is like having a virtual research team. You can filter by incredibly specific criteria, not just job title and industry, but things like years in current role, recent job changes, company growth stage, even group memberships. For a CEO without a marketing team, this tool essentially becomes their segmentation and lead generation department.
What's a realistic approach for someone who's already stretched thin on time?
Here's the beautiful thing. You don't need to spend hours prospecting if you're strategic. Spend 15-20 minutes building highly targeted lists in Sales Navigator. Save those leads, track their activity. The platform will alert you when they post content, change jobs, or hit other triggers that create natural conversation starters.
Smart. Now, once you've identified these ideal prospects, what's the outreach strategy? Please tell me it's not, hey, want to buy my stuff?
Ha! If only you knew how often I see exactly that approach. The whole game is about providing value first, always. I teach a 3-step sequence that works incredibly well.
Break it down for me.
Step 1 is the value first connection request. Instead of asking for anything, you lead with an insight. Something like, "Hi Sarah, I've been exploring supply chain optimization trends and noticed your work in this space. I'd love to connect and share insights, especially around reducing international shipping delays."
That's already so much better than the typical sales pitch. What's step 2?
After they accept, you send a brief thank you with a relevant resource. Maybe it's a recent industry report or a specific insight that applies to their situation. The key is genuine value, not a disguised sales brochure.
And step 3?
This is where you deepen the conversation. You share an observation about a common challenge in their role or industry, then ask an open-ended question. Like, "I've noticed many supply chain leaders struggle with visibility across international suppliers. Small changes in communication protocols can make a huge difference. Have you observed similar patterns in your operations?"
I love that because you're not selling anything. You're starting a professional conversation between equals.
Exactly. And here's what most people miss. This isn't just about the individual conversation. Every interaction feeds into your broader content strategy. When someone responds with their specific challenges, that's content gold. Those pain points become the basis for your next LinkedIn post.
Speaking of content strategy, what should a busy CEO be posting about?
Value over volume always. You don't need to post daily. 2 to 3 times per week is plenty if it's genuinely useful. Share personal insights about industry trends, ask thought-provoking questions, tell stories about client transformations, but always with the lesson or takeaway.
What content formats work best?
Mix it up. Text posts are great for quick insights or sparking discussions. Videos are incredibly powerful. LinkedIn data shows they're 20 times more likely to be shared. Even simple screen recordings explaining a process or concept can position you as a thought leader.
And I imagine timing matters, especially for international audiences.
Absolutely, this is where many companies stumble. If you're based in Israel but targeting U.S. markets, posting at 9 a.m. Israeli time means your American prospects are asleep. Use LinkedIn's analytics to understand when your specific audience is active and schedule accordingly.
Here's something crucial for international outreach. Cultural nuances matter way more than most people realize. What works in Israeli business culture might completely miss the mark in Japanese or German markets. You need to research communication styles, business etiquette, even color associations in different cultures.
That sounds complex. Any practical tips for managing that?
Start by researching one target market deeply, rather than trying to be everything to everyone. If you're targeting German manufacturers, understand their preference for detailed data-driven communication. If it's U.S. tech companies, they might appreciate more casual, innovation-focused messaging.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Converting all this activity into actual sales. How do you bridge the gap between LinkedIn conversations and booked demos?
This is where having a systematic approach becomes critical. You need to integrate your LinkedIn activities with a proper CRM system. When someone shows clear buying signals in your LinkedIn conversations, that needs to immediately flow into your sales process.
What do buying signals look like on LinkedIn?
Great question. Someone asking specific questions about implementation, mentioning budget discussions, requesting detailed information about your solution, or introducing you to other team members. These are clear indicators they're moving from curiosity to evaluation mode.
And that's when you transition to booking a demo?
Exactly. But even then, frame it as value delivery, not a sales pitch. Based on our conversation about your supply chain challenges, I'd love to show you how we helped a similar manufacturer reduce their lead times by 40%. Would a brief call this week be useful?
I like that approach. Now, for the busy CEO listening to this, what's a realistic daily routine that won't overwhelm them?
Consistency beats intensity every time. I recommend 15-30 minutes daily, broken into chunks. Maybe 10 minutes in the morning, engaging with your network's content, 15 minutes 3 times a week for prospecting, and 20 minutes twice a week for creating your own content.
And I assume there are tools that can help streamline this?
Absolutely, but you have to be smart about it. Automation should amplify your personal touch, not replace it. Use scheduling tools for content, integrate with your CRM for lead tracking, but never automate the actual relationship building. The moment prospects feel like they're talking to a robot, you've lost them.
What about measuring success? How do you know if your LinkedIn strategy is actually working?
Track the metrics that matter to your business goals. How many qualified conversations are you having? How many demos are you booking? What's your conversion rate from LinkedIn connection to actual sales meeting? Don't get distracted by vanity metrics like total followers or post likes.
Makes sense. Before we wrap up, what's the biggest mistake you see CEOs making with their LinkedIn strategy?
Impatience. They expect immediate results from what is fundamentally a relationship building platform. B2B sales cycles are long, especially for international deals. The CEO who commits to providing value consistently for 6 months will drastically outperform the one who gives up after 6 weeks because they haven't closed a deal yet.
That's such an important point. LinkedIn isn't a sprint. It's definitely a marathon.
Exactly. And here's what's exciting. For smaller B2B companies, especially those with innovative solutions, LinkedIn levels the playing field. A smart CEO with a solid strategy can compete directly with companies that have massive marketing budgets. They just need to think differently about how they build relationships and deliver value.
Any final thoughts for our listeners who might be feeling overwhelmed by all this?
Start small, but start today. Pick one element, maybe optimizing your personal profile, and do it well. Then add another piece. The companies that succeed on LinkedIn are the ones that build systems and stick to them consistently. And remember, at Match B2B, we see this transformation happen all the time when CEOs commit to this relationship-first approach.
Benny, this has been incredibly valuable. For everyone listening, the key takeaway is clear. LinkedIn isn't just another marketing channel. For B2B companies, especially smaller ones targeting international markets, it's your relationship building engine. Start with authentic value delivery, be patient with the process, and stay consistent.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Brenda.
Thanks for tuning in to Match B2B Insights, everyone. If you found this helpful, you know what to do. Share it with another CEO who could benefit from these strategies. Until next time, keep building those valuable relationships. This is the end of today's podcast. We've explored how small B2B companies can harness LinkedIn, focusing on personal branding and strategic engagement to generate international leads. Remember, patience is essential due to longer B2B sales cycles, but with consistent effort, LinkedIn can transform interactions into sales. This podcast was created using Match B2B, an AI service designed for enhancing authority and thought leadership. So reach out if you're ready to elevate your business strategy. Thank you for joining me on Match B2B Insights. Until next time, this is Benny Fluman, reminding you that in the world of sales, the mind matters just as much as the market. Good luck and happy selling.